Grew up on the countryside of town.
Grind these, I don't know which one to call these. They're not rivets. I'm gonna grind this off so I can punch these out. And hopefully this will sit high enough to where I don't have to modify it too much. But if I do, I'll have to figure that out. Okay, so I took a punch and a hammer and I'm knocking them out. I'm knocking I guess just, I don't know what's this, a rivet or what. I told you, I get retarded when I don't get that much sleep. I did go home and get some rest, but shit, it wasn't enough. But we gonna get this thing out, man. We gonna get it done. Man, y'all, these brackets ain't even close. So I'm gonna have to make some custom something. Another thing I'm gonna do is take this this connector here and cut it, and then also cut the connector off the seat. And I'm gonna use this to be able to connect my hot and ground wire to the seat. That way I can unplug it and plug it back up as I take the seats out and in, so I don't have to cut and re-splice. All I'm doing is using these little crimps to crimp the wire. Then I got this ugly ass. This shrink wrap probably ain't gonna shrink small enough to be tight, but as long as it ain't touching it, it shouldn't be. Okay, so now that I got the plug connected, should work. I actually need to put the seat all the way forward. That's why I jumped to this from where I was. Set the seat all the way forward so I can reach these back bolts. So as y'all can see, I'm about to build, I think I'm gonna build a small box. A small box for this rear bracket to sit on. And I may have to build a box for the front brackets as well. But all I did was took a little cardboard piece and I kind of measured, you know, where I think the bottom the bottom of the box is gonna be. I'm gonna probably leave the rear part open. And yeah, this is gonna be the bottom of the box because I want the seat to be raised like this. I'm gonna kind of have this bottom piece maybe parallel with the side. This, damn, I can't, I only got one hand. But try to make it parallel with this, or maybe just a little bit under. So that way when I come to this side, it won't be so, you know, it won't be so bad. This side is actually gonna be the hard part. All right, y'all, so I'm one step closer to building the box for the inside for the driver's seat. These welds look horrible, but I'm gonna probably get better as I go. This is my first time using this Harbor Freight welder. And as you can see, I done built these two walls. So this, let me show y'all. This is gonna sit like that. And this wall is gonna end up being a box, but that wall is gonna be there. And the reason I got it extended up going this way is because this seat, the bracket sits to the outside of where the original bracket sit. So I need to push it far to the right. And the reason I'm building this as a box is because this metal is slightly thinner than the metal that they use from factory. So by me building a box, it should make up for the thinness of the material. So I got this side, and then I also got this side, and I cut and folded those pieces up to give me access to the bolt holes. So it's gonna sit in there like that. Now, I think I might leave this back open just in case I have trouble getting to the bolts. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. But I may make like a brace, some type of bracing in the middle just to keep strength up, and then I gotta build a top plate, and then I'm gonna weld the nut. I'm gonna find some type of way to weld the seat to the top plate. Not weld it directly, but weld a nut and a bolt or something, you know, to that effect. Getting closer though, man. This might not look like much, but it actually took me a long time, and I'm using limited tools. All I have is a grinder with a cutoff wheel, a grinder wheel, and a flap disc. And I'm using some old metal that I had for a truck intake. Fellas. I've been at this for 2 days now. 2 days now. 2 days. And this is all I got done. I built this little box. I got it mounted right now. I actually need to take it out because I need to make some refinements. Need to re-weld this. I had to grind them wheels down, man. Them wheels was ugly. But the box is solid. You know, I think them wheels will be fine. They'll hold up. I actually might. Yeah. But I put a little bracing in there to be able to support the weight. But all of the weight is gonna be on this side mostly, so I'm kind of concerned about that. But it ain't too much to worry about. Now I think I can use this regular bracket here, but I may have to readjust it somehow, or I may have to cut a piece of this. Somehow I'm gonna figure out how to make it work. Okay, so it's day 3 of trying to swap these seats out. This is taking way longer than I thought it would, but like I told y'all yesterday, I finished this box. I created this little box, and I just marked my hole where I'm gonna have this lined up at. So now what I'm about to do is this bracket that was originally on for the old school seats is actually high enough to sit this where I want it to be, but as you can see, it's too far to the right. So what I'm gonna do is cut this part off that stands up. I'm gonna cut it off here and just turn it sideways so that it can reach out and extend, and that way I'll be able to line this bolt hole up. And that should be good enough. Yeah, that should be good enough to put this where I want it. This is after the cleanup. It's a little better. See that crack right there? I'm about to weld that crack first, then clean it up. Then I can go ahead and chop this piece off. Alright, so let me show y'all what I done drew up. So I cut this piece off. I actually welded that and grinded it. I couldn't really get the grinder on the inside. This Harbor Freight, I'm sure on thicker material it's a little better. Actually, it ran a lot better on this than it did on that the thin box I made. But this welder is poop. Well, I can't say the welder poop. I'm kind of poor at welding right now, but I'll get better. But anyway, so this is the piece that I cut out. As you can see, it was like that, something like that. But I could just disregard this and make a whole new bottom plate to weld on, but this one is actually thicker. So I wanna reuse this on top of the new plate that I'm gonna make anyway. Okay, y'all, you also got to keep in mind the straightness of the seat, I guess. Make sure it's not leaning left or right. It's kind of leaning to the left a little bit, but I'm already, you know, prepared to adjust for that. As you can see, that side is kind of high. This side is almost the same. It's gonna be the same when I'm finished though. But anyway, I got these bolts on here. Let me take the bolts off. Whenever I test fit, I make sure the bolts are in so I can account for that space that they take up. And I tack welded that little piece right there. Hopefully that'll add some more rigidity to this. And this line that I got, that's where this is gonna line up at. So I'm gonna tack weld that in place, and I actually might have to add some type of spacer maybe to the top of this, But I'll handle that when I get to it. I think I will have to add a spacer though to make sure that the seat isn't leaning to the left. And this is my best wheel so far. Still not great, but it's much better than it's been before. Got decent penetration too. As you can see. Alright, finally got the back 2 brackets done. This one is kind of at a weird angle. I kind of fucked this up, but as long as it's holding, it's all good. Got this side good, this side good. Now I just got to do the front brackets. Hopefully they don't take much longer, but I think we're gonna be alright. This is the hard part, I think. As you can see, the seat is straight. I'm gonna have to do this shit all over again for this one, but I ain't gonna take y'all along for the ride when I do the passenger seat, because it's already taking a long time as it is. Alright, now that I did the back seat, the back brackets, I think the front brackets will be pretty easy on this, on the front. I already got those brackets in place, so what I'm gonna probably do is probably something like this, you know. Just weld that there to this piece, and then also I don't know if I'm gonna weld the bracket to this front seat or not, but this driver's side should be pretty easy. The passenger side may be a little more difficult because it's up and away, but I'm gonna just do this easy part first. If I haven't learned anything else, you know, these last couple of days, I done learned to take the easy route, take the easy parts first, instead of trying to tackle the hardest part first, just so you can have a lot of progress made before you get to, you know, that big hurdle. Because that making that box, it took a whole day to do that for the rear bracket. But hopefully I can come up with something better when I get to the passenger side. More bad news. Man, I'm fucking up all kinds of ways. So I broke the spark plug trying to get this broken stud out. I guess the good news is that I finally got it to start spinning, even though it's still not spinning completely to come all the way out. I do think I can get it out now. So I'm gonna be able to get that one out. Hopefully I can get that one out. And also, if you can see down there, it's a puddle of oil. Why is there a puddle of oil, you ask? Well, after I took the exhaust off, I had the pipe up under the oil filter, and I dropped the car down off the jack stands, and I punctured the oil filter. So I got an oil change kit. It was about time for me to change my oil anyway, but sometimes, bro, I go so far backwards trying to build stuff and trying to go forward. It's discouraging, it's annoying, but it's a part of the process. Let's see where that pipe at. As you can see, that pipe is kind of flat too, where he had to flatten it to get it under the cross member, but it still scrapes sometimes. But I'm gonna fix that later on. I'm gonna probably buy some new pipe and get some V-bands and redo the cross member. I'm gonna probably custom make or use the cross member that I have and make like a cutout so the exhaust can tuck in. But that's way down the line. But for now, I'm gonna get these exhaust studs off. I'm gonna make that last seat bracket for the driver's seat, and then I'm gonna take this car back out of the garage. All right, finally doing the last bracket for the inside of the driver's seat. So I created this little box here. As you can see, it's curved like this so that it can sit against the transmission tunnel, and it'll just sit up under there. And then I'll probably drill a hole here and weld a nut to the bottom. But this is just a box, 4 pieces. I'm getting better with this welder, but it's really hard welding this thin metal. You can see the holes and stuff. It's coming along though. But anyway, this is gonna sit here like that, and I cut this little piece, and really I'm just trying to make use of the bracket that I already have. I probably could cut, you know, more metal and make a complete bracket from scratch, but I want to use this bracket as much as I can so that I don't have to use more metal because I'm running out of metal. So that's gonna sit there. I'm gonna weld that to that box and then also weld it to this bracket, and that should hold it still. Also, by doing it this way, if I ever need to change the seats out, because I'm thinking about going to the junkyard and getting 2 other seats out of a Volkswagen CC, the all black seats though, if I can find some, and that way I'll be able to just swap the seats out, you know, without having to make a bracket again. Because I thought about welding directly to these brackets of the seat, but I'm kind of glad I didn't. I'm glad I went this route now, because you know, I can just pull these seats out whenever I want and just go get some new seats, and the brackets will already be made for it. I'm gonna take these brackets out and paint them after I'm done with the passenger side, but I ain't even gonna do the passenger side today. This shit taking way longer than I expected it to, but it's coming along. This is it. It's ugly as hell, but it worked. I'm gonna probably clean it up a little more before I paint it, but I ain't gonna keep messing with it today. I just wanna get the seat in here, and this should do it. Let's see. There, up there. And also, this is gonna be set in place. Once I bolt this in, it's gonna be locked in place. I ain't gonna move it too much more, because I have bolts in the seat itself. But as you can see, sit right there. It can move around a little bit, but it's only meant to not go forward and backwards. So with all the other 4 bolts, it should be pretty strong. Put that down. As you can see, ooh, yeah, that's ugly. I'm gonna have to clean that up a lot. Well, y'all, that's it. Of course, she would call as soon as that's my wife, y'all. She got perfect timing. She know how to call when I'm doing something. But yeah, man, y'all see the seats. Now eventually, like I was saying earlier in the video, this is gonna be all black seats. I'm gonna go get the back seats too. They're gonna be black. So all my interior gonna be black. The seats is gonna be leather, and I think all of the side, like the door panels, may be a mixture of leather and suede. I'm gonna get faux leather and faux suede. I can't afford the real thing, you know what I'm saying? We broke balling over here. But I'm gonna wrap the dash too, probably in suede or leather too. Yep. But this seat right here, this seat ain't mounted yet, so it's just in there. It's just a dummy seat right now. But this one right here, solid. Well, I'm shaking the camera, not the seat. But let me show y'all. Show y'all. See, solid. Hell yeah, I'm gonna show y'all these brackets. Oh, y'all gotta excuse the wires too. Eventually, like I was saying, I'm gonna get an aftermarket window switch thing, and I'm gonna put that in the center console. I'm gonna extend the wires. They're gonna come down through here, and then maybe go under the seat, and they're gonna come up right here in the middle. And then I'm gonna have the switches whenever I build my center console, man. If you don't have vision, I mean, you might look at this and see like, you know, a shitty car. Right now it is a shitty car, but you know, I got the vision to see what it could be. Y'all see, man, these seats, I'm gonna try to put them Volkswagen seats in. Since I got that welder, I can do my own welding. I'm gonna probably have to weld the bracket, cause I'll show y'all that later, but I don't know, man. I can see it, But that's gonna wrap this one up. I might chop this up into 2 or 3 different videos, man, cause I got a lot of content I recorded over the last few days, but I don't know, man. I'll see y'all later. Peace.